Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Grace Komolafe and welcome to The Banter. You know, these guys, they just gave me what kind of mood this morning and I felt, let me just flow along with it. Yes, some of them are actually lonely, but probably we'll talk about it later. Amaka, what's up with you? What is it?
It's not lonely. Hi, guys.
I don't understand you.
Hi, Grace. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
It's so exciting to be here, sitting among this wonderful people again. It's your home girl, Amaka. Call me Kitty, Nikki baby, Succulent baby, whatever.
Today, not today. Today, not today. Thank God. Let's have you.
Okay, I'm on the show again.
Yes.
You know what time it is? It's banter.
We don't know what time it is, so please tell us once again. Okay, so and over to you.
Hello. Thank you for joining us in the banter.
Very simple. Yes. Thank you for joining us in the banter. I want to be like you when I grow up. Okay, so let's have this man.
Well, you know what it is. It's your boy Juvie. It gives me such an incalculable pleasure to be on the show.
Okay.
Every time, baby.
Okay,
baby.
You know what? I think we're going to turn this into a national anthem. Like for us here, you know, we're going to learn it and yes, we'll echo it together.
You pick one side, I pick one side.
You want it that way, right?
I'll pick Juby.
Me, I'll pick Ofia. No, me, I'll pick Ofia. All right, guys, welcome. It's nice having you on the show again, and trust we are all doing well. So we'll just go straight into the very first topic for today. This one touched me. Oh, hi, love matter, no be small thing. Okay, so I read a post on social media. A man actually came out. He posted a picture of him and his wife, and he wrote that thank you, baby. I don't know. I want to get it correctly. Thank you, baby, for putting my name under your father's property. Something like that. I will just go back to the real information much later. But the message is this. The lady has transferred the property, the ownership of the property, to the man. And the man came out in public to say, thank you. He can. Let no man put asunder. That's the word of the Bible. Don't turn it asunder. Okay, so that's it. So, you know, for each and every one of us here, I know probably Amaka can do that. You can do that.
Yes.
Why can't
Juvie can do that. And I know you are just saying, why can't you?
I can accept it and I can do it.
You can do it, really. Okay, so at what point, so I'm coming to you straight, at what point do you think a thing like this is just your minute? Let me go ahead.
First of all, she's married, and that's, you can't marry somebody you don't know, somebody you don't trust. So she married somebody, and she puts her I won't call it her father's property because what has been transferred to her is her own. So she is married and she transferred her property. Her own property, it is not her father's own. So if it's given to her, it's not her own.
The guy said it's her father's property.
She can't.
House.
So let me get it right. Is it that it's not transferred to her yet? Then she gave it to the guy. It was transferred.
You don't. Probably the dad is late. Probably she's the one now in charge of the house.
So she's the owner of the house.
Probably we don't have that.
So probably let's assume, let's put it under. Okay, she owns the house now, and she's afforded it too.
I'm going to speak based on the information I have.
Okay.
I won't say, let's say she owns the house now. I'm going to speak based on the information I got and what I saw. According to the guy, he said, so that he said, thank you for putting my name under your father's house or your father's property, something like that. I'm trying to get that information again. So that simply means that, okay, yes, putting her, yeah, this is it. So that simply means that it is her father's house. If it has been willed to her, I think it should be stated in a way. I can never thank you enough for putting your father's house under my name. I love you. For putting your father's house under my name. I love you. Now this love be the matter, and I be the cocoa.
Something's running through my head.
Okay.
You know, we watch Nollywood movie a lot.
Okay.
So let's say, what if the man didn't will it to her, or he's late?
You understand? That's what I'm saying.
Over the house.
Yes, that's what I'm saying exactly. It wasn't stated that he didn't say, oh, thank you for making me now the owner of the property willed to you by your father. You know, that kind of, I'm just trying to come up with something. So, but this, he actually said, I can never thank you enough for putting your father's house under my name. You can't end down with, I love you. Now this love. So let's come to Amaka. What do you think?
My sister, I don't know how you do. I can't, okay, for me, I can't do it.
Okay.
No matter the level of trust. There's this movie I used to watch there. This life is beautiful. Okay. And when he told his son, jump, I said, I will catch you. And the father said, jump. He said, Father, will you catch me? He said, yes, I will catch you. And then he jumped. And then he moved the ladder. And he said, in this life, never trust nobody. No man. Not even I that gave birth to you, your father. So I don't know the level of trust that we have in a man to will my father's house under your name.
Okay, so let's come to Juvie.
I beg you.
Let's come. Let's so let's come to Juvie. In this scenario, what do you think? You know, yes, it's a marriage, it's a relationship. So, but then let's move to marriage properly. It's a marriage, and it is expected that it is to death till death do us part. In sickness, in pain, in riches and wealth and all of that. But somehow we get to hear about divorce, we get to hear about separations and all of that. In such situation, what do you think would happen?
Well, this in itself is not a new case. Maybe because this one just did his on social media.
Okay.
People had willed stuff and passed on inheritance onto their lover, vice versa, whether from the male to the female to the male. Would I want to take my wife's or whatever has been bequeathed to my girl? Maybe I'm not the type that would want to take that. Just keep your stuff. And
so if she's bringing it, if she's offering you, what would you say?
Basically, just keep it, whatever proceed, use it for yourself, enjoy your life. I like spending money. I don't want the girl spending the money on me. I mean, that is why I'm working. Just enjoy the money. But some societies, some people will not frown at it. Some would. I remember a case while growing up. There was this older brother that used to. One of our elder sister, you know, they were quite close. Then he came, he was driving the father's car, he was leaving, then he was sending us an errand. Then we got to a point we were very angry that, this bros, you've not been to come here before, all of a sudden you can't carry out everything, they run life anyhow. But we're happy when the relationship ended, and because he was doing beyond what was expected. And human nature, you never can be too sure. What if he decides to go out of the relationship? We're just saying, be careful, not because what you've done is not good stuff, but just be careful. People might not appreciate whatever goodwill you bring in their path.
Okay, thank you. So let's speak to trust and family dynamics. Now, do you think that guy is someone, I mean, let's just, aside from that guy, naturally, do you think you can look at someone, look at your partner and give him that level of trust, like to the extent of willing your father's or family's property, then even considering the kind of family he or she is coming from, you know, you will see some of them would, I mean, when they see a piece of small comfort, they want to lavish, they want to feel, you know. I mean, what do you think? What loud? You're not minding it that is their own. Probably, if it is their own or not, they careless. They just want to. So let's speak to this.
But I think that there's a way you can rate your partner. You know, there's a level of trust. I don't know why these days this trust issue is becoming a problem. But I feel like if you don't trust somebody, why marry the person? Now I want to flip this script. What if it was the guy that willed his father's property to his wife? I don't know. Would this?
That is very natural. Yes. It's normal.
Yes, in this part of the world, in this part of the world, it's rather that way than the other way. Yes.
But well, they are married, and I don't see an issue with it.
I think we're not circling here.
Okay.
This is my father. It's not mine. If it were to be mine, I would have like, no
my
problem.
father's property is my property.
Hell no, he built it all time with his sweat. You don't just give it out like that.
We are married. Hello.
You can say you can trust. You're marrying someone that you trust. But are you sure you really trust that person? 100%.
Why will you marry somebody you are not sure that you trust?
No.
Trust me, people change.
Okay, I think that's where I want to.
People change.
In a situation whereby there is change, like a complete change. You see someone you see as an angel today. and tomorrow it turns out to become a monster. You understand? Turns outrightly to become a monster. So at that point, what would you do? And you've willed property.
Your father's property.
It's in it. They actually in a case where maybe divorce comes in, she can actually get her property back. It's a lawful thing. She has to follow procedure. She has to get lawyers.
You willed it to this person.
Yes.
You already willed it to this person.
And
there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing.
You can't take back.
No.
Well, let us.
The only thing is when you are talking about you want a divorce, then you are sharing property. What ratio goes to the woman? What ratios? He ends up even taking more than you because you've willed it to him. It belongs to him.
But why are we even condemning this one? If it was a man in this case, we won't be saying this.
Because that is the society we are. The society we are today, in this part of the world, right? It is the other way around.
But the man said, why did he come and post this kind of thing on social media? He should have kept it quiet and kept it a secret and kept it between them, for real. There's no need.
Zika is like Amaka coming to pay bride price or groom's price or dowry. How would you feel? Even your parents will ask, like, are you?
No, hold
on. Because in India, a woman will pay dowry. Right here, we pay bride price. So, if a woman decides to take the inheritance, bequeath it to, or give it, transfer it to you, it's still about the same
come from this angle. What is wrong if a woman should pay the dowry?
No, we will ask you.
What's wrong? What is wrong? What is wrong?
Let's move on to where he belongs. He's not a Nigerian.
No. I need to understand.
Don't say that. Yeah, obviously not a Nigerian.
No, but on a serious note, there's nothing wrong with what this lady did. If she loves her man, she has the right to do it. It's her life, it's her property, it's her dad's property.
But you think love is enough? Do you think love is enough? And of course,
she loves the man for her to do such a thing. Yeah. I can't love you and do.
Are you sure it's love? There's a very high level of trust.
Zika,
are you sure it's love? There are things you don't understand, babe.
Yeah? No, this is not my sister. This is my sister can't do that because I don't know.
Really?
But this is her. Let's come to her. Let's go to her.
That fake life. Are you sure it's love and trust?
Okay, so you wanted to say something.
No, I was just asking Zika to just flip your sister, whatever was bequeathed to her by your dad, your father. Now she wills it to a guy like.
Thank you.
You are not. You're even watching the guy with corner eye. You've been watching him. Then she says, "Bro, guess what? I just willed this to
our father's house."
I trust my sister. She would have done thorough research before doing such a.
Let's speak to family involvement. I want to believe that lady is not the only person in that family. Well, maybe the only child of the man. We never can tell. But you definitely would have extended family.
Also, families, extended families, they don't really care about anybody. Just that nuclear and whatever they do.
Just me, my husband, my wife, my kids.
That. But, for some that are the upper Latin, like Amaka's place from the east, you can't just do some things.
It's just like taking the Igwe ship to another family.
Yes.
It's a taboo.
Let's not forget, it's just a house. It's not the whole property. It's just a house.
A house.
The man may have multiple properties. The man may have multiple. The way you use kingship is a lot of things. It's just a house.
Okay, so let's just speak our mind 10 seconds. So we'll move on. Let's start with the
I think I just remembered, what's this guy's name? There was this issue that was trending, the guy giving his mom his money and everything. That story that was. Is it that footballer? Yes, the footballer.
Okay. No, the mother was in charge, like more like his manager. Right from when he was still young. So I mean, his mother for crying out loud. Yes. I'm not saying that he of course, he's not going to will all of his property to his mom, but basically, that's because the mother was in charge from scratch.
So what makes his mother and his wife and the wife different? Like, what's this right?
You can answer that question.
What are you saying?
You can answer that question because you have a mother.
We are not. You cannot love. Let me say this. You can't love your wife. You can't give your wife a less love than your mother.
That's
Well, this
You
is
have
it.
to marry
See,
somebody who can treat you like
it's
your
not,
mother.
let me tell you, the love is not even the same. The motherly love you're talking about and your partner love. Wifey love. Thank you.
Why is it different?
It's not
I need
the
to understand
same.
why it is different.
Hello, don't you understand?
I understand.
Will
I
you
need
put
to...
your mother in the shoes of your wife? Will you put your wife in the shoes of your mom? Don't you get? They are not the same thing. They are two separate things.
Two separate things.
They are two separate things.
Your girl has
you
to be your
appreciate the both of
mother,
them
your
at
wife,
their own
and your
level.
friend.
Yes.
See, you are going to appreciate the both of them at their own levels separately. They are not the same. You don't compare them.
You can never compare your mother
you
and your
can't.
wife.
You understand? You I mean, you can't.
Are you confused on this?
I'm not
Please
confused.
help me
I'm not.
enlighten him.
I am not confused though. But I can will my properties to my wife. My wife can will her properties to me. That's it.
Okay, so is
That's
that your 10
very,
seconds?
That's my 10 seconds. Very simple.
Are you done with your 10 seconds?
So I want to add that, from before people even get married, they already have this divorce thing on their mind, and that is one problem, because this issue now, people are already saying, what if they divorce? What if they don't divorce? Like, let's see the brighter side of it. Like, it's love, they trust each other. So please carry on. I can't win my
let's have
property
a
for my
marker.
husband.
I'm happy for her, trust me. Why are you people laughing?
We are all happy for her. I'm also happy for her.
I'm happy for her, seriously. If she feels that that's the right thing to do, please.
Do what makes you happy,
Do what
right?
makes you happy. Then, if time reach for enter your closet, don't dare come out. Don't try it.
Okay, so all right, Juvie, let's have your 10 seconds.
Well, basically, there's nothing wrong with whatever she's done, provided her family, everybody has got her back on that.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. And I hope the young man really understand what this means. I wouldn't know why he had to go on social media to do all this, because his case is not the first one, and won't be the last one. But when such level of trust and trust is bequeathed on you or given you, treat it as it ought to be. It's a major level of trust. You don't find this every day. So
that's what we should be saying.
Yeah, don't go around and start messing up because you've got some excess money now. You take another young girl and you begin to
No, you go to collect rent now. They talk like this.
Or you go call her Mugu.
You go to collect rent. What are you saying? All right, thank you guys. Zika, you want to add something?
Well, we are out
Did
there.
I just say Zika?
Yes, that's my name.
Fortune.
So, for ladies out there or for guys out there, if you're out there, don't follow social media. If you want to will property, will your properties, but do it to the right person. And if such trust is put on you, please don't joke with the girls out. I beg you.
Yeah.
For a guy, don't joke with the girls out.
Thank you.
One on top banter.
Alpha.
She's
Alpha.
listening.
Yes, she's listening.
And for you, do not hurt a guy.
See. Where did you take us to? Let us go. Guy,
Exactly. So that's just it. That's just
guy,
my
let
point.
me remind you. Tell that babe.
Let us put this camera on safely. Let's.
Zika, tell that babe. Make you do the needful.
I hope this is not what I'm thinking.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you very much for your contribution. Really, I want to say that, like Juvie rightly said, we don't necessarily need to bring everything to social media. Trust me. You subject yourself to criticism. Left and right, backbones, front and back. People that don't even know the genesis, they don't know how long you've been coming together. They don't even know how much commitment you've invested into that relationship or what he has even done for the lady. Sure, you understand? We are not aware. To be very candid, we do not know. So, but people will criticize. So, keep your thing to yourself. Let it be between the both of you and probably the few people that might be privileged to be aware. And I want to say that this calls for more commitment into the relationship. Not for the gay hand that they go beg you.
No, yes.
You get what I want to talk. I would disagree with you and Juvie on not bringing everything on social media.
Okay.
Social media be like evidence now these days.
Okay.
Carry uncle, they be like evidence.
Okay, so that when you mess up next time, you can go and root it out. Okay. That's the thing, though. It's a two-way thing. It's a two-edged sword. It's a two-edged sword. Two-edged sword, yes.
So in other words, do what works for you. Anyone will make you cry.
Okay, so but do you know that those days, like from history and from stories, our mothers will do everything possible to make their husbands happy.
To please them.
They will give their father's property, they will go to farm, they will do everything they will give. But today's women, Me and me, only me and
Me,
I.
myself, and I. It's my money.
did
Your
you
money
know?
is your money.
The society.
No, your money is
Nobody's
our
our
money.
money.
My money is my
The
money.
society is somehow.
Honestly,
We
but
call it
really,
all maybe.
Let's be that.
We
I
don't
like
get-
break down.
All maybe.
meaning
All rechala.
Amaka, can
It
you
don't
please-
spoil. It don't spoil. It don't spoil.
All right, guys. All right. Thank you. So, I mean, things are just changing. Not necessarily that bad, because for those that are enjoying it, they're actually enjoying it. Yes. So, guys, let's go on a short break. When we come back, we go into the next topic for the day. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, this is The Banter, and please kindly comment on our streaming platforms, follow us, like, share. So the next topic we'll be talking about the approval of FEC for federal government to be able to pick up a loan from the World Bank. So I'll just read. Federal Executive Council, FEC, has given approval for a loan application to the World Bank for a sum of 3.45 billion US dollars. Nigerian government have been granted permission to borrow a significant amount of money from the World Bank to invest in and develop various aspects of the nation's economy, such as infrastructure, education, healthcare, and other critical areas. So, loan again. FEC has given approval. That's okay. You can go ahead, go to World Bank, borrow 4 point, what's that figure again? 3.45 billion US dollars. I want to bring this to Juvie. You know, so yes, there are projects. Do you think, yes, we have lined up project things to put together to make the economy work, progress, but can we justify the need for this loan?
Well, there is a need to get things done. You can remember this is just a new regime, and they're trying to see how best you can reduce more borrowing, invest more in capital development, infrastructure development and all that. So it would be too early to say we will borrow. Everybody is on the borrowing, but it's just the question would be, what do we do with whatever it is we're getting, 3.45 billion US dollars? What do we do with it? We borrowed for how many times already? Consumer price index is high. Inflation rate is quite high, 26.72%. And so you look at every other thing, we're still out doling out money as palliatives and loans, and the student loans will pick up in January. Federal government a few days ago said they really are struggling to pay civil servants salaries and all that. So where we are is not really a good place. Exchange rate is on the very high, all-time high, and so I hope whatever we're borrowing for will be utilized, and we'll see the evidence eventually.
Okay, so.
And also, let's deal with insecurity so that we can have foreign direct investment, because that's where it is. Earlier, listening to early exchange and how that Dr. Patrick Basham was saying, the Middle Eastern countries, the Saudi Arabia and all that, are looking at taking investment, not just bringing foreign direct. They're taking their monies somewhere else to invest in other thriving economy. We're not even there yet. And Africa is a viable ground as a margin market. But what we do with these resources is just the issue.
Okay, so thank you. Let's come to Africa. What do you have to say to this? And of course, let's speak to transparency from the government end. How much of transparency do you think we can expect from government? Speaking to this loan.
So I know that it's not the first time that we are taking loan. Wait, what are we using loan to do? What are we using loan for? Let's be, like Sisi is saying, talking about transparency. There's infrastructure, the roads are bad, finance, healthcare, the hospitals, and all of that. Please, whatever amount you are borrowing, this $3.45 billion, Abi. Should not dollars.
Yes.
Dollars. Please, you both should use it. Let us see what's where you are borrowing money for. Because I know that it's not the first time that the government is borrowing and borrowing and borrowing and borrowing and borrowing. It's becoming Nigeria with the
Okay, so saying that Nigeria with the let me just read this. The Debt Management Office, DMO, published its quarterly debt report stating that Nigeria's total public debt, federal and state governments, hits 49.85 trillion naira at the end of the first quarter of 2023. The latest figure increased by 3.60 trillion from the sum of 46.27 naira in June 2023. So, Amaka, what do you have to say? Nigeria is thinking of, not that they are thinking, it has been approved, right? The Federal Executive Council already approved that they can go and borrow from World Bank, and they are thinking of borrowing 3.45 billion US dollars. What do you think this is going to be a plus, or looking at this debt rate now, is, what you have to say?
I will pay back.
Like, seriously.
If you don't believe in me, will you borrow me money?
Okay.
Wahala. No, we will pay back. You know there is money in Nigeria, trust me. We are richly blessed here. If borrowing can get things into place, please, I beg, borrow well. To me, say this 3.45 billion US dollars is not even enough.
Are you kidding me?
This girl, you want to
It's not enough to put
She has not told us something.
Are you
It's not
kidding?
enough to put this in order in this country.
Like, seriously.
we need a lot. A lot.
And you think
To
we
get
don't
our return back.
Okay, so and you think we don't have enough resources within the country that we can generate funds from that will help. I want to believe that to some extent each ministry should be enough to sustain itself if we work.
We have to borrow.
If we do things right. For example, we spoke the other day about.
We are to even put these sectors into.
America, the other day we spoke about the House of Rep wanting to purchase vehicles, SUVs for 300 members, 130 million for one. Million naira for one.
It's going to be from their salary or something.
Either it's from their salary, either it's from their salary or not. Is it from this loan they want to pick that they are going to be purchasing such, vehicle from? You understand what I'm saying? So if you are saying we should borrow more, is that an encouragement? Are you saying that? Okay, so let me give us more insight. Let me read more of this story. Now, the loans term include a 40-year repayment period with a 10-year moratorium. This means that repayment obligations commence in 2023. So now, you take the loan this year, you begin to pay it after 10 years. When this administration must have elapsed.
By that time, things would have gotten better.
This has been the issue from day one.
This is the hope.
You will come in, you will take your loan. You will come in, you will come in. Okay, let's have Fortune speak to this.
My people, this is not a welcome development because every time we borrow, and one day we wake up and hear they saw some money locked up somewhere that has rotten. We see on the news some people, snakes swallowing money, monkey taking money away, or we hear they are planning to buy 300 cars worth 150 million naira. Please, what are we borrowing money for?
To put this in order.
Okay, so
how many things are we put in order for the past 10 years?
Yes, I want to even mention that briefly. What do you want?
How many things?
Let me read.
Can you remember when this train they just built on the Lagos Island?
Okay, so according to the announcement, right, the loan is designated to support power generation, renewable energy, state resource mobilization, initiatives for adolescent girls' education and empowerment, and women-focused projects. Also,
I need to understand. So since when? Do you know how long we have been on NEPA?
So let's also add.
We have always been on NEPA.
Let's add this. Also, FEC also approved the establishment of a humanitarian and poverty alleviation trust fund aimed at addressing humanitarian emergencies promptly and to provide financial assistance to those in need within the country. Do you get it now? The government aimed to raise a substantial $5 billion annually for this fund, demonstrating its commitment to poverty alleviation and effective crisis response in the country.
Read my words.
Today, don't
I
say.
said if we are going to be able to put things in order in Nigeria and borrowing will help us, please borrow.
For the borrow, that the borrow.
Not when you
See, this is not the first time we are hearing.
look at it. If we're able to put things in order in this country and borrowing will save us, please borrow.
How many things have been
Okay,
put
so
in
for
order
me,
now?
this is my own concern. It has been as a result of various accumulation of various administration, borrowing and borrowing. And this is saying that the payment is going to take 40 years. Is that not slavery, if you ask me? You understand? You start repayment after 10 years, right? So, one way or the other, you are tied to paying back that money. You have a whole lot of 40 years. 40 years is not a joke. Oh. Is it the journey of Israelites? Which one?
I think basically, if we did the right thing,
Yeah.
we could restructure the debts, restructuring. There is always process to which, and Nigeria is not the only country. Zambia, Ghana.
Must we be part of
Kenya.
them?
We're only saying, I think my concern would be, what do we do with this money? All these
They have
projects
mentioned.
don't seem to be what will bring us returns anytime soon.
Okay.
The girl child, the humanitarian, the
Something
less
is right,
privileged,
yeah.
poverty, alleviate.
Okay, so what about power?
Poverty.
Power generation,
People are
renewable
saying,
energy, state resource
make
mobilization.
private, public sector stuff. Don't just make it government, just like our refineries.
Okay.
People have said, sell these things off. Let those who can manage it,
Manage it.
Our power, we are paying so much, we don't seem to get enough of it. And it's affecting business, the SMEs and all that. You rarely could get loans and stuff. So these are the issues we should be addressing. Rather than saying, you can't give people money, people that never invested something, and you give them money, what do? They
squander
are poor.
it.
They would eat
They will
up
eat
that
with
money
it, that's
and come
it.
back to you like, you see what
We still want more, yeah.
And so we must start to reorient our people. Let there be structures, let there be in the value chain. We should have storehouses. I mean, food scarcity and all that is an issue right here. We rather would import than improve our own sector.
So why not
Manufacturing
improve
is
the
out.
agricultural
Our textile
sector, you
industry
know?
is dead.
Yes.
We practically wear everything from outside. So the representative, the senators will not be able to
Even up to water.
They will not drive.
Even up to water. People import
They
water.
will not drive.
Yes. Yes.
They will not drive Nigeria assembled vehicles. So what are we saying? So if we keep borrowing or going to the World Bank, to the IMF, in the long run, what we do with it will tell. The Ibadan-Lagos Expressway that just got completed took like 16 years. And so where are we committing this money? How do we intend to generate revenue? Ogun State is, okay, right now the #1 state. I'm wondering how they generate this thing. How many states are generating revenues from the states to be able to pay even their workers and all that? And we're doling out money like our Father Christmas to some people.
But Juby, let's not forget that this new government came in and incurred this debt.
No, it has been like that. It's a
I'm just
routine.
saying,
It's a routine.
We're talking about this administration now that is borrowing $3.45 billion US. So let's say that.
No,
let's
this
not
is not
forget
the
that
first
The
problem.
others
came
borrowed. It's kept
lot.
moving like that. Okay, so let's just, while you just wrap up, you give your point, your advice to the people, to the government. 10 seconds, Amaka, let's have it.
Okay, like you talked about transparency. It's one thing to borrow. It's another thing to use the money judiciously. Use it righteously. Let the flow of chain be transparent. What are you using it for? Is it health sector? Please use it wisely. Ensure that you're using it in the same vein that you're going to have return someday to pay back. Use it to grow our economy better. Not borrowing and then using it for your own selfish gain. That would be very, very bad on our own part. And like Juvi said, in the agricultural sector, in Business Insight today, they said Nigeria is food hub. Why don't you invest part of this money into agriculture? We cultivate our own food here and we sell over there. We get money to pay back all this loan bit by bit. So I just feel that government should use this money judiciously and religiously.
Thank you. Let's have Ezekiel.
Well, I believe this is a new government and we are putting our trust in them because we don't get where we go put trust again. We are putting our hope on you. You have made the move already. Please make use of the money rightly. Don't be like the previous set. Be a new government and do the right thing.
All right, let's have Julie.
All right, let the government invest in marine and blue economy. I mean, there's so much money there. Let's invest there. Let's invest in agriculture. And also, implementation has been our problem. We get this money just here. So has been given to states, and it doesn't trickle down to the people that actually need it. So we give it to people that are loyal to us. Implementation, the blue and marine. We've had new what is it called now, sectors or new ministries. Let's invest. Let's watch it grow. Let's also patronize this thing. When our local government chairmen, our senators begin to patronize our hospitals, maybe all these things will change for good.
All right, thank you very much, guys. You've made very good contributions. I want to say specifically that yes, if eventually the government move to pick up this loan, I would advise that they should be used for specific needs, needs that at the end you'll be able to get good returns, just like he rightly said, not that the money gets to a point and it stops there. It should get to the appropriate channel. And again, I think there should be a proper plan with repayment of the loan. There should be a proper plan. Let's not say because it's 40 years time, it's 10 years, we'll begin to pay in 10 years time, and we'll just ignore it. After our administration is just for a period of time and all of that, and we just want to leave it for the next government to do so. No. When there is a working document, when there is a plan, the next government come in and take it from there. We are fond of, okay, this is what I intend to do. This is my strategy. This is my plan. Then I drop this. No. Let there be continuity. When there's a plan to pay back the loan, it's written, it's documented. The next government comes in, they see the working document, they begin to follow it. With that, we won't have loans keep accumulating. I bet we no go say Nigeria last. All right. Okay.
If you pass law where we say those people get in charge of this money, they mess up.
Not today.
If they mess up,
not today.
They go face the consequences.
That's the prayer. That's the prayer.
They mess up, they go face the consequences.
Say it again. I said they
Government should be of laws. Okay, so really, government should be of laws rather than of men. Not that now our person, let's leave it. Be your person, not be your person. Law should take its course. Yes, law should take its course, and that's it for today.
People are saying this law should take its course,
making me hold them accountable,
making me feel like I'm in a good.
You're in a what?
I'm in a very beautiful country. We are in a good country.
Thank you very much.
Law works out.
Thank you very much. And it's been a beautiful day on the show today, and I'm so excited. I leave you with this. Please, as a fellow Nigerian, let's do what is right. Not government all the time. Be a responsible citizen. Until next time, we'll see you again on the show. Follow us, like, share, comment, and share. Bye.